Hello, everyone. I'm going to try to get through this. I want to apologize because I'm very sick right now, but I'm all fired up right now. Need to get something off my mind, and going live is actually the quickest and easiest way to do it. I don't have a lot of time to spend on this. Um, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that John Cedars has a video entitled "Jehovah's Witnesses Are Being Tortured in Russia." This video is not an attack on John Cedars, so don't worry. That is not the purpose of this video. Hi, Stacy. Purpose of this video is actually to set the record straight, and it's directed towards JWs and ex-JWs who are confused by that video. I know that on his website it says that he is giving a voice to the silent majority, meaning he is speaking for a lot of ex-JWs who've left the Jehovah's Witness organization, who, for whatever reason, won't speak up for themselves. He is trying to be that voice for all those people, but what I want you to realize is that we absolutely do not agree with everything he says and every position that he takes on issues JW related. Okay? Especially with the Russian ban situation. What he fails to realize a lot of times, for whatever reason, is that the Jehovah's Witness organization systematically abuses and at times kills people. Here is a true statement. It's absolutely true. I dare you to try to correct me on this. The Jehovah's Witness ideology has killed people. Okay? Not just people, they've killed children. And up until recently, their policies in their Secret Elders Handbook very clearly instructed their leaders to cover up child abuse, the worst kinds of child abuse. Okay? It's damaged a lot of us. If those are the extremes, right? That doesn't happen to everyone. If you didn't die from the organization, if you weren't physically abused by the organization, well, it's very, very likely that at the very least, you have emotional abuse from the organization. We were manipulated. We were talked down to. We were told that we should feel guilty about the stupidest things. Not going out in service long enough. And that's another thing, by the way. The most valuable thing that we have as human beings is our time. We only get, 80 years if we're lucky on this planet. And the Jehovah's Witnesses robbed us of our most valuable asset. That is our time. They were pushing us to go to the meetings, go in service. How much time did the average JW, before they left, did they spend doing things that they were told, matter-of-factly, that they had to do by the Jehovah's Witness organization? So yeah, like, while all of us have sympathy for people who are, tortured or incarcerated, or, we don't want people to feel badly and be treated harshly. None of us do. It's human nature. But I just wonder what John Cedars is trying to accomplish these days. Now, I'm not attacking him. I'm just trying to figure this out. Because, there are plenty of outlets in the media who are loving, that one guy was incarcerated and someone was tasered or something. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that deeply. But the media is loving it because you've got a lot of attention right now on any group that's in the least bit treated badly. That's like a hot topic right now. So it's being covered. We didn't need John Cedars to cover this topic. What we needed John Cedars to do was to continue to show the Jehovah's Witnesses how they're abusing, mistreating, and they're wrong. That's what we needed John Cedars to do. I don't know what his motives are, but I could postulate in a nice way. I think that if there is a nice reason for why he's doing this. It could just be that he's confused. He thinks that Jehovah's Witnesses will see an apostate feeling sorry for Jehovah's Witnesses having a hard time and go, wow, that was really good of those apostates for feeling sorry for us. Maybe I should start Googling apostate information. But that motivation doesn't fly for me very well because John Cedars knows the Jehovah's Witnesses better than anyone. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I'm not too proud and egotistical to say that I think John Cedars knows the Jehovah's Witnesses better than anyone. Also, I think he thinks like a Jehovah's Witness. So he knows that any Jehovah's Witness seeing him talking about tortured JWs is not going to go, wow, I should become an apostate. The opposite is true. They're going to say, aha, even the apostates are noticing our plight. Now, many of you may not remember this, but John Cedars coined the term aggressive activism. He coined the term aggressive activism because he thought that trying to go into kingdom halls or talk to JWs was wrong, and it flamed up their persecution complex. Oh, we're being talked to by apostates, so this is what was foretold in the Bible, right? That was his argument. Well, let me tell you what, that may or may not be true. I don't know. But let me tell you one thing. What absolutely flares up a Jehovah's Witnesses persecution complex is seeing an apostate with the video tagged, Jehovah's Witnesses are being tortured in Russia with a big tank in the background. I mean, he really went all out. That was really dramatic. I mean, are the Russians flattening JWs with tanks? I'm a little confused. You know, I didn't watch the video because it infuriated me and it made me sick in my stomach, and I'm already sick, so I just couldn't handle that. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, I just needed to get this out there because we're confused by your motivations right now, John Cedars. You talk about how you don't want the JWs to have their persecution complex inflamed, and then you do exactly that. Exactly 100%. The very definition of that. So you got to wonder, where's this guy coming from? And I'm a little confused. I keep waiting for you to do a much more in-depth coverage of the new Secret Elders Handbook. A much more in-depth version of that than I did. I covered it very quickly, skimmed it, knowing full well that good old JC was going to cover it in depth and show us all the little details that I missed, because that's what he does, right, normally. But he hasn't. Instead, he's drawing up sympathy for the Jehovah's Witnesses. He's not talking about child abuse and their new policies. He's talking about poor, tortured JWs, which, I don't know. Explain your motives here, Lloyd. Do us a solid. Thank you, guys. Annie Selleck says, I hope you feel better soon, Parker. Yeah, alright, so that's my rant. Hi, woman of the name, Patrick Owens, Tanisha, Marty Seeks the Truth, L. Ron Hubbard. Stacy said, good point, Parker. Thank you, guys. I gotta go now, but I just had to get that off my chest, and if you guys can figure out what the heck's going on, leave it in the comments, but I just had to talk about it.